So guys, this is the picture we're going to be using for this particular drawing, right? And in this video we're going to be studying the reference. We want to discover where the highlights are, the shadows and the midtones, right? These are the basic component of every realistic object or subject or reference, right? So the highlights, they are the lightest, the place where the light is coming directly on the subject, while the shadow is a place where there is few lights there, maybe an object is being casted on that area. The midtones are the tones in between the highlights and the shadow, right? So right now I'm going to be using an app to study this reference, because before you create any drawing, it is very good you take out time to study the reference, identify where the tones are, so then when you start drawing it becomes easy. You just go over those areas you've already studied and then apply those tones there. So right now I'm going to be using an app. It's called Snapseed, and I'll be opening the app on my phone here. This is the Snapseed app. So right now the picture is being loaded on the app, right? Okay, awesome. So first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to make this picture a black and white picture. I'm going to desaturate it, and yeah, awesome. So now this is actually how our drawing is going to be when we are done. So this is black and white, and now I'm going to go to the curve tool. This area is where light is being controlled, so I'm going to go to the curves tool, and here, right, this particular tools here, it's very important for us, very important. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be adding so much light. I want to add more light here. So because as light is being added to the subject, right, the dark areas are being revealed. So I want to look for the darkest areas, the area that is going to be my darkest area. So I'm going to add more light to this subject. You can see light is being added to it, and you can see some areas now are even disappearing, like these areas here, they are disappearing. So you can now see, so the areas are going to remain are the darkest areas of your drawing. So now you can see that the eyebrow here, I believe this is the eyebrow here is very dark, very dark. And also you can see even in the eyes here, it's dark. And also the side of the nose, these areas, these are our shadows. These are the areas that are going to be my darkest dark. So in these areas I'm going to use my darkest charcoals, right, for those areas. So these are going to be black, thick dark. So you can actually see even the lines on the eye there, you can see that. So let me go back again. Yeah, so you can see that. So our darkest areas are these areas, the side of the nose, the eyebrows, the areas in the eyes, some areas in the eyes. These are our darkest areas. So what areas are our highlights? Which areas are going to be our lightest? So I'm going to take away all the light, and as I'm taking away all the light, you're going to see the areas that there's still light. Those areas are going to be the lightest areas of this drawing, right? So we can actually see in the eyes here, it is quite light. The eyes is quite light here, right? So these areas are going to be very close to my highlights. You can see the eyeball, the light shining there is just almost white, right? So these areas are going to be my lightest light. So you have to preserve it in your drawing, because if you don't preserve it, it's not going to come out as light as it should be, and it's going to disrupt the way your subject, your drawing looks after you finish drawing. So it's very important you do so. So right now we've discovered the highlights and the shadows. So now what areas are the midtones? I told you the midtones are in between the highlight and the shadows. So right now these areas here, these areas are my midtones. So you can see this area too, it's my midtone. It is moving, you can see light is moving from this nose here, it is moving from here gently down, and it's getting dark here. So it's a gradation. So the gradation in between here, this is our midtones, this is the middle of the tones, this is our midtones as well. These are midtones, and these are the midtones, right? Because it is gradually moving from light to dark. So that being said and done, it is not going to be very easy for us to really draw this. There are other ways I also study my references, but this one is very easy for you to understand and apply even right now.